Today I review Les Miserables. Les Miserables is a movie that's a musical. Okay, I'm not going to sing through the entire review, but yes, Les Miserables. Now, when I saw trailers and after this movie was already done out in theaters and everything, this movie was so hyped up. Everybody was like, this movie's amazing, this movie is great. And other people were like, this movie, I cannot be invested in how crappy it is. Or, like, they didn't say it was crappy. Said that you couldn't get emotionally invested in it because it was like 99% singing the entire movie. Now, being a fan of musicals, I did like Hairspray and Sweeney Todd and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I'll check it out. It's a 2.5 hour musical though, so I was like, maybe it'll be good. So I'm just going to cut to chase. Actually, I enjoyed this movie. It was a pretty decent flick. I wouldn't say that I would see it again and again, but for a 2.5 hour musical about this, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Well, the story stars Hugh Jackman as our main character, who plays a thief that got off from parole and is trying to start a new life. Well, he didn't really want to start a new life at first. He was really a thief who seeked refuge with a church and then stole some of their crap. The priest was, however, he didn't care. He actually gave him the stuff after he was caught and brought back to the church. He gave him the stuff and said, take this, here you go, but you gotta make an honest man out of yourself. This messes him up in the head or something. He's like, why did that happen to me? Of all the people, I'm a horrible thief. I stole from this man, took his food. He does vow, though, to become an honest man and not be controlled by his parole. Probably not the best idea because he ripped his papers up and ran away. So now he's being chased by Javert, played by Russell Crowe, who we'll talk about later. The movie continues, and it does show that Jackman became a good man. Like, the movie skips years and years later over the course of the entire movie. It skips like 2 years later, then 9 years later, then this many years later, you know? It's all over the place. Going on to our second character, Anne Hathaway, who was in the movie, who actually I think can sing. The one song, her last like big song, when she's at her lowest low, I was like, wow, you can sing, cool. Her character comes into play because her life was pretty much destroyed because of a reason I will not go into right now. And Jackman finds her and saves her, kind of saves her, and promises, I will help you get your daughter back. I will get her from where she is. And he says that this is like why he was saved. That she gave him purpose. She made him feel complete and whole and all that and made him happy. But while that's going on, let's not forget that he's being chased by Russell Crowe, who really can't sing. I don't say he can't sing. I want to say, okay, I'm not saying he can't sing. I'm just saying he can't sing emotionally. Like, every time he sings a song, it sounds the same in tone. Not really any difference between his acting and any of the other movies either. But he's not really that big of a bother. It doesn't pull away from the entire experience of the movie. The other two characters in there who I really liked was Sacha Baron Cohen and Helena Bonham Carter. They are basically the comic relief. They are the scum of this movie. You know, they're just like two people that don't exactly want to run into and don't exactly want to become growing up. They are kind of the result of thievery and become miserable people. They're a comic relief in this movie. And the song they have in the bar was actually pretty entertaining. I thought it was kind of funny. And you run into them like 2 more times after that. And they are holding Anne Hathaway's daughter. They're holding her and holding on to her until Anne Hathaway gets there. But Jackman goes to get her for reasons I will not go into. Now, as for the songs in this movie, some of the songs I really liked, some of the songs I thought were pointless because the singers can hold their own, well, the actors, they can hold their own singing, but it's not like, oh, it's so beautifully sung, you know? I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to this on my iPod all day. No. It's like sing-talking. That's okay, that's fine. It's well enough for the movie. This actually feels like a great experience for musicals. Now, save for a few people who actually really could sing. There was like 2-3 songs in the entire movie. I was like, wow. And visually, the movie opens itself up just huge. Like it has this overshot of these prisoners pulling in a boat, just singing, just pulling in the boat, and it shows an underview of crows looking down on them, looking down at the scum. Wow, that is cool. There were some cool ways this movie was shot. There was some great action scenes. I didn't really expect so much action in this movie, and when it happens, you're like, oh, it's a little intense for a musical. But it's done well, and I enjoyed that part too. Les Miserables is, I would say, an experiment on how you do a musical movie, and it works off well enough for me to say that this movie was a fun experience. If you have the chance to watch this on demand, go ahead. If you're just stingy and you want to wait till Netflix, still go ahead. Or if you really do like musicals, buy this movie. Okay? Right there. I would say see it now and give it a solid buy rating. Les Miserables has great singers for the most part, minus one. And it's really a fun experience. By the end of the movie, I was really feeling something for this. I was like, this is why I watch musicals, man. This is... So go ahead, check it out. If you're a fan of musicals, you will definitely enjoy it. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next After the Show.